Hi Reddit, sorry for the long post, but I really hope you all can help me. I'm a 31-year-old woman, and I have been with my boyfriend for 10 years. Let's call him Michael 37M. About 5 years ago, Michael's phone broke down, and he had to get it replaced. For some reason, he didn't change his notifications right away. At around 10 p.m. that night, he went to his car, and during that time, he received a Facebook Messenger call, which I answered, and it was from a woman. Let's call her Zoe. When I answered the call, Zoe hung up right away and immediately sent him a message saying, WTF, who the hell is that? Followed by another one saying, call me back now. When I confronted him about it, he told me I was crazy and that she was just a friend. He refused to give me a satisfactory answer, so I left and went to stay with my best friend. But sure enough, he convinced me to get back together just a few days later. I obviously lost all trust in him, so I started to dig and dig until I accessed his email, Facebook, and pretty much all his social media. I know it's something crazy to do, but I was desperate for answers, and I needed to know what else he was doing. I even found messages of him trying to hire hookers on multiple occasions. One day that same week, I was at work, and he was supposed to be at work as well. When I checked his messenger, I noticed he had a new message. That message was from one of his male friends. When I opened the conversation, I saw that Michael had sent his friend a picture of himself with another woman, not Zoe, and the message from his friend said, "Oh, is that the girl?" I checked his location and he was at a restaurant, so I left work and went to the restaurant to confront him. Even though the girl was already gone, he couldn't deny that he was there on a date with her. Although I was hurt like never before, I still stayed. After all these things happened, I never caught him seeing other women in person, but I did continue checking his social media, and he was searching for random women, giving likes, and doing all those things that make us women feel worthless. I eventually lost access to all his social media, but sometimes I would still check his phone, and he continued doing it, but I would just let it go. As of 3 years ago, we own a small business, and just about a year ago, we became homeowners. Everything was going fine until about 10 months ago when I decided to go into his phone again and realized that he was stalking and following a bunch of our female customers and even messaged a few. Nothing inappropriate yet. I also noticed that he was stalking that same girl he went on a date with. I again confronted him about it, and he told me I'm crazy and need help. Since then, I checked out of the relationship and didn't even let it bother me that he was doing shady things anymore. I guess he noticed that I had changed, so he started trying a little more, but it was still nothing like he should have been doing, and I still didn't care about what he was up to. About 6 months ago, I was at the grocery store and noticed this very handsome guy checking me out. Let's call him Jason 31M. Jason left the store without saying anything to me. Then I went to Target and ran into him again. This time, he did talk to me, and we instantly connected. It was honestly something I had never felt before, especially after being neglected for 10 years. He asked me if I had a boyfriend, and I said no, and this is where my problem started again. Jason then asked for my number, and I gave it to him. He texted me instantly, and eventually he asked me out on a date, which I said yes to, and went. Jason is from out of state, but he drove 4 hours each way for our 2-hour date, and my attraction to him only grew stronger. Jason calls me and texts me every day, and we have seen each other at least once a month. He wants to visit more often, but I obviously can't for various reasons. I've come to really like Jason, and I can tell he really likes me too. In the last few weeks, he has been telling me that he wants to make things more official with me, and even mentioned wanting to meet my family. It took me 3 years to convince Michael to meet my family. Everything with Jason is just so easy, and I feel at peace and protected with him. He makes me feel special with all the things he says and does for me. When I'm with him, he does everything for me, and I feel like I can be vulnerable with him, and he treats me the way I have always wanted to be treated, with love, respect, and care, something I never felt with Michael in our 10 years together. I think it's also worth mentioning that my relationship with Michael is a 50-50 relationship when it comes to finances, but everything else is put on me, from cooking and cleaning to caring for the dogs. Not once has he even fed them, doing laundry, and everything else on the list. Michael has only given me flowers once, and that was during our first 2 months of dating, and we've never taken a vacation together because he never wants to do anything just the two of us. In the last few months, I have gradually stopped doing things for him. He is helping a bit more around the house and giving me more attention, but I don't want it anymore. The reason I haven't left him is because of our business and our house. If I leave, I'll have to start over, and I'll lose everything we've both worked so hard for. Also, I won't be able to afford a place on my own. So, Reddit, I guess I said all that because I don't know what to do. Should I stay with Michael and continue things as they are, hoping that one day he will truly change and give me what I need? Or should I stay with Jason and give him a real chance? Even if things don't work out, at least I'll know I gave us a fair chance. Please help.